Holy fuck, I need a haircut. I thought my hair was worse because I saw this thing sticking out the side, but it turns out it's the light bulbs behind me. Yup. Well, people, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. I got up at 3:30 today. Still haven't had a coffee. Thinking about having a coffee. Yup. Just another day in paradise, apparently. Oh my god. So I just realized something. I just saw this on my desk. I returned that camera, right? Well, whoever buys it won't be able to register for the warranty service. Oh well. Anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself today. This is the problem with Veda, is I always want to do videos where I'm actually, you know, productive and stuff, but I just don't feel like being productive today, because last night I kind of sucked back 18 beers, and even though I said 14, yeah, I had 4 more while I was editing and uploading and doing other things. So, I honestly don't know what to do for this Veda this week, or today. I noticed on YouTube, I think McJuggernuggets is actually shutting her down for a bit because he's out of ideas, and I feel his pain. I know one thing I should do today is fucking shave my head. But I was thinking, because I do that every once in a while, that I was thinking about hacking down the raspberry bushes along over on the corner of the house over here, because they're getting out of control and they're starting to come in where my garden hose is. Just thinking about knocking them down, and then disposing of that bramble. Like, it is a decent day out today. I could have mowed the lawn, but I'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I get up at a decent hour, because Tuesday I have no choice. But I was thinking about hacking this down. I don't think the weed whacker would work though. We could always try it. See how that goes. I may have to use the scythe. Remember, I whacked this down a long time ago. But I think I just pushed the mower into it. My biggest concern right now is, are there rocks under there? But the problem with the raspberry bushes is their roots. Even if you knock all this down, next year they will be back and in great force. The only way to control it is to get the roots. And the roots go for miles. So what it is the roots are underneath the ground, right? Obviously they're roots. And that's where these things sprout up. So as the roots stretch across, as you can see here, so this whole area right here is all rooted. Not going to be an easy task to remove all this shit. Not going to be an easy task. And the main reason why I want to remove it all is because it's encompassing my garden hose, which sucks big time. So I could use the grass whip, which is excruciatingly annoying, or the weed whacker, which is way the frig back there. That would work too, probably. I don't know if I want to do that today though, because I'm just not feeling it. In all honesty, I can't wait for Veda to be over so I can go back to making videos whenever the fuck I feel like. Daily vlogging ain't a fun thing anymore. So, yeah. Also, I forgot to get some shit from the grocery store yesterday when I was there. I wanted to pick up another loaf of bread and some sandwich meat for this week's lunch at work, because I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I wanted to make sure that I had food for those times. Some food. But whatevs. I also wanted to grab some, yeah, I got 3 beers left. I drank 17 beers yesterday. I also wanted to grab some vegetables, which I forgot. Like some carrots and some celeries and some broccolis, just to have. Well, I wanted to do some tonight. I was going to barbecue that steak with some barbecued vegetables. That'd be pretty good. I think today might be a bust, people. I think today is just going to be a fucking lazy day. I cleaned up a lot of my garbage, so that's good. Oh man, I am just hungover like a motherfucker today. I just don't feel like doing anything that requires energy. I don't know, it's going to piss a lot of you off and leave bad comments, but fuck. Whatever. It's fucking YouTube. Who gives a shit? Just don't read the comments, and then you don't realize that people are talking shit about you. That's how I play the game. Well, yep. I was wrong about... Oh, fuck. I got myself again. Son of a bitch. I fucking hate this dart, but I love this dart. I love it because it hits like a tank. I hate it because it leaks fucking everywhere. So, I'm going to quit using that one. And go back to this one here that doesn't leak. But, I'm thinking about going to Freshco because they got a nice veggie section and getting some veggies and shite for barbecuing and snacks for lunches and things like that. So let's pitter patter. But first things first, I'm gonna change my shirt. Alright, so let's head off to Freshco. We'll go pick up something to cook for supper tonight. We got the meat. I just don't feel like having rice again. Alright guys, let's pitter patter. One of these days I should finish washing that Trans Am. That's something I could have done today. That don't take much effort. Alright. So yeah, as for yesterday, with the drive to Quebec, that was for two things. Number one, fucking camera will not stay still. I hate these fucking shitty Chinese mounts. Here, let me just pull over right here real quick. But, no, yesterday's trip to Quebec was for two things. Number one, I wanted to see how the truck would handle going down the highway. Not really how it is to drive, because driving on the highway and driving in the city are same, except for you go faster on the highway. What I wanted to know was how fuel efficient it is on the highway, because I've never brought the truck over 50 kilometers an hour. So, sure enough, the truck does about 9.7 liters per Hyundai on the highway. Average. That's pretty fucking good for a pickup truck, I think. So that means if I could ever find a way to have Oreo taken care of for a couple days, I could take a trip down to Blokes, and it would probably only cost me about 50 liters in gas to get there. This is a 132 liter tank, or 136 liter tank, sorry. So theoretically, I could go there and back on one tank. That'd be about $90 in fuel. With the G6, back in the day, I used to go to Blokes, and I'd fill up here in town, hit the road, and then have to fill up again in just outside of Waterloo, at the gas station turning into, I can't remember the name of the place, Kitchener, that's the one, just before the 7-8 turnoff. And then by the time I got to Blokes, I was down about another 1/8. And then the drive home, I'd be fine with that gas until I got to Weber's, and then I'd fuel up there at the gas bar just outside of Aurelia. I think it's outside of Aurelia, Weber's. So I'd have to fill up 3 times just to make the trip. Like, fill up the tank at the beginning, fill the tank on the way down, fill the tank back, and I did the math, and it was about a $120 drive. So theoretically, this truck would be more fuel efficient on the highway than my car was. You're probably saying, well, fuck, Adam, why don't you go visit Bloke? Well, I can't. I got a dog. Having a dog is no different than having kids, except for kids, it's easier to get someone to take care of them. Point proven by that is, well, people likely look after a child over looking after a dog, because dogs are fucking idiots. So I'm gonna have to bring Oreo to the vet, get that fucking whatever parvo shot thing, and then maybe I can kennel him while I go down south. And a lot of people are like, oh, kennels are mean.
Phone disconnected.
Oh fuck, I forgot my phone at home. A lot of people are like, oh, kennels are mean, you shouldn't bring your dog to a kennel, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Not your dog, not your say. That's all I gotta say about that. Maybe mean, maybe cruel in your mind, but there's other options I could do that would really piss people off, like rehome the little bastard. But no, I think I may have to do that if I want to start being able to go, because like I said, every 4 weeks I have 4 days off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it'd be nice, because I haven't been to Blokes since last May. It's been over a year. We haven't hung out, we haven't shot the shit. It's been fucking crazy. So it'd be nice to be able to take time to go down there and hang out. You know, everybody needs a vacation every once in a while, and I haven't had one. No, it wasn't last May. Last time I've been to Blokes was over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. 2 years ago, May. That's the last time I was down there, because last year I worked the call center and the vape shop, and this year I'm working at this job, and I don't have any vacation time, because if I take vacation, basically I don't get paid. The way they do it at work is they pay your 4% vacation right on your paycheck. So if you take time off, you don't get paid. That's not fucking worth it. I need my money. So that's what's nice about this after-hour shift, is you get 4 days off in a row. So that's pretty fucking sweet. Anyway, people, I'm at the grocery store already. I'm gonna head her inside. I'm gonna talk more when I get back out, because there's another thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll chime in then. All right, peace. Alrighty, people, I'm back. Got some noms. Let's pitter patter. Something else I want to talk to you guys about, and that's this whole vlogging every fucking day bullshit. You know. Oh, fuck. Almost had a collision with a bug. But, I used to do this, like, non-fucking stop for 6.5 years. Almost, yeah, well, 6 and a bit years. Started in 2011, January 21st, and I ended it sometime in March, because between working and making videos and all that, it was really cutting into my my sleep, and I just didn't enjoy it, so I stopped, right? Well, since I started Veda, and this is pretty bad, I'm 6 days in, and I'm already ready to throw in the fucking towel. It's just not fun. It used to be fun, it's just not fun. It's fucking... I'm feeling bad because I don't want to do anything today. I just feel like fucking being lazy and sitting around the house. And then I'm like, well, I can't be lazy, because what will the audience think? What will a bunch of people I never fucking met in my life think if I make a video and I don't fucking... Like, why do I care so much about what other people fucking think? You know, and that's when I realized I shouldn't. Fuck them. You know, if you don't like the way I live my life, go live your life better. You know, I'm the idiot who decided to put my fucking life on the internet. That's a stupid thing. That was like the dumbest fucking thing anybody could ever do. Fucking videotape your life and put it on the internet. Are you fucking for real? Any fucking freak out there can watch your shit. And if they're fucking freaky enough, they'll just show up at your house one night and skin you like a cat. I don't know why that term exists, skin you like a cat. Like, is that something people do, skin cats? Like, that's the stupidest fucking term I ever heard in my life. But anyway, no, what I'm getting at is the whole, like, this nonsense and bullshit of fucking doing a video every day. It's like, how the fuck did I do it for 6 years? Some of you guys have asked me that question. How did you do it for 6 years? And I can't tell you. I fucking did it. I have absolutely no idea how the fuck for 6 years I picked up the camera every damn day and produced a video that was at least 15 minutes long. And the other part that I'm clueless about is how the fuck did I get people watching the videos? Because honestly, I'm just a regular, everyday, normal guy, going to work, coming home, doing everyday, normal guy things. I'm not a mechanic, I'm a computer technician, I'm a diagnostic system repair artist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you know, all the people who watch me are all like car fanatics and such and so on. It's like, I'm not really a car fanatic. I like my truck. Gotta say that. I fucking love this truck. But as far as being like a fucking mechanic who's gonna spin wrenches on it, it's not this guy, that's for sure. I don't know how to fucking do any of that nonsense. I pay people for that. So, like, I don't know. I'm just rambling. Anyway, let's go inside. So I saw this coffee and thought I'd give it a try. Apparently it's a 12 grams of coffee with a double cream, double sugar in each serve. Figure we'll give it a go. Alrighty guys, I bought one of these things. Well, I bought 5 of these things. Instead of using tin foil, that way there I can do a large batch of this. And basically, I bought some broccoli here. I can't bring broccoli to work with me because when I eat it, I get the worst case of the farts. So, we'll try with one right now and we'll see how that turns out. Which one to use? You know what, you'll work. So, what I'm going to do here is just deturd this thing. Take all the leaves off. That's all garbage. And then normally what I do is I just chop it. And then you get a couple little pieces here. So this here can go over here. And chop a little higher. Basically you want to separate them from the stalks as much as possible. And I'm just chucking them in the tin foil off to the side here. Should be good. And we'll just go ahead and chop that off. Chop that. Oreo likes broccoli. I don't know if broccoli's bad for dogs, but he's had some. Sometimes shit hits the floor, and you know a dog, eh? When shit hits the floor, you have about 2.3 seconds to get it, pick it up and throw it out before the dog ends up eating it. I know dogs and onions don't get along, but, you know, I'm just going to carefully, without the ability of chopping off my... This knife is fucking junk. Okay, you know what? Grab it by the trees. There, that's more effective. Well, kinda. Alright, let's put that all in there. Sure. One will be more than enough to make this thing. Where did that bag go? Huh. I don't know where that bag went. Oh well, whatever. There'll be more. So all I'm doing is just chopping up one head of broccoli. Probably didn't even need to use the whole head. Alright, there we go. One head of broccoli, all chopped up. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, one head of broccoli is all chopped up. That's all garbage. And then I bought these full mushrooms. They look like dinks. Little dinks. If I get it in the shot. Yeah. Hey man, want to do some mushrooms? So I'm just going to chop these up. Not too much, just into 4s, I guess. And we'll chuck them into our little shindig. Fuck, I love mushrooms, boys. Mushrooms are my favorite. Well, these kind. Not the kind that get you stupid. Not a fan of them kind. I'm already stupid. I decided to do Veda. No, it's just, I don't know what to fucking film. And there's days when I just don't want to film. I just want to fucking sit around, play video games, and drink beer. You know? Like the one guy said on the video, he's like, what the fuck you doing sleeping until 4? You gotta get up early and start drinking right away. And it's like, well, yeah. I was gonna put celery in it. I'm not gonna. Change my mind. I'll chuck the celery in the fridge. Excuse me, dog. So this is getting pretty full. Very much indeed. Hey, you already had a cookie. Go lay down. Fucking dog. Sees me handling food and he's like, hey. So I've never cooked inside of one of these things before. A lot of people are saying, and I don't mean YouTube comments, I mean people in general, that using tin foil the way I do is apparently toxic. Apparently it's toxic because the aluminum foil, or aluminium if you're watching from the other side of the pond, foil can leak aluminum residence or whatever into your food and cause, well, aluminum in the blood causes Alzheimer's because it blocks up your memory cores in your brain or some fucking nonsense like that. That's why I remember from the ONR, every 3 months the guys would have to go, the guys who were working on the trains would have to go and get a blood test to see what their aluminum level was in their blood. And if it was too high, they had 6 months off to basically filter that out. So there's our little thing. What I'm going to do now is add some soy sauce. I'm just going to go ahead and put that into it. There we go. Thought I had some fish sauce somewhere. Give me some light. Wait, other fish sauce? I fucking should have picked some up when I was at the store. Got enough boxes of mashed potatoes in here to fucking feed an army. I'm not seeing it up there. What's this? Oh yeah. Some sesame seed oil, because this definitely brings out some goodness. Really lay this to it. Apparently Montreal, Clubhouse Montreal Steak Spice, they sell one for vegetables too. I find that a tad bit exciting. I lead a sad, sad, sad life. Yeah, I can't find my fish sauce. Must have used it all up back in the day when I used to do rice and eggs for brekkie. Figured it'd be in here behind Oreo's bacon. Notice how the dog didn't freak out? Haven't used the word bacon around him very often. Alright, well what I'm going to do now, I guess, just to give it a bit more zing, is we'll grab the Parmesan and herb here, and we'll just lay a friendly dollop of that over top of it. A little bit of pepper. And the lids they gave me for this thing are kind of whack. I don't know if you can cook with them on or not. I think they're just cardboard lids. So I think for the cooking process, what I'm going to do is cover it in certain tin foil, just the top part. You know, it's all aluminum foil, so what the fuck's the difference between this and this? Like, really? What's the difference between this and that tray? It's all fucking aluminum. There's no logic here. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway. Oreo is scared of aluminum foil. Oreo, it's chicken! Yeah, I said chicken, doesn't mean I got chicken. Say the word chicken, the dogs are gonna know. Okay, well that didn't work worth a shit. No, whatever. It's on there, it's good. Alright, so we're gonna go out to the garage, we're gonna barbecue steak, have a couple beers. Because that's what I want to do, and I'll talk to you guys some more. Alrighty, radio is on. I can hear my music. I don't even care if you guys can hear it. Apparently I forgot to turn the tank off yesterday. Here's hoping. We have propane left. We do. We'll turn on all 3 burners. Let it heat up. Clean it off. We got a nice steak here. We got a marinating steak that I didn't marinate. Gonna dry rub it, fuck it. And then we got our veg, so pitter patter. Alrighty, got the steak and the veg on the barbecue. Pretty bad the steak is longer than the veg tray, eh? That's a big fucking steak. Not really certain how much veg I'm gonna get on that tray, or on that plate, but I guess we'll wait and find out. So I'm just happy to sit here. Fuck. You know, yeah. So you're probably noticing a trend amongst YouTubers lately. A lot of them are either quitting what they're doing, like a daily vlogging, or slowing down on the video production to go and enjoy life more. And they might say it's because they're stressed out, which is valid, because what I'm about to talk about does lead to stress. And they might say that it's because whatever reason. But honestly, I think what a lot of people have realized is the YouTube golden days are over. Like, it's not a site where you can make a boatload of money on anymore and make a living off of without having another source of income. Like, I've never used it as a way to live, so I wouldn't know what that feels like. But there are people out there that this is their job. Fuck off, bugs. Picking up the camera every day, shooting a video, putting it on YouTube. This is their job. This is how they make their money. This is how they feed themselves. This is how they put clothes on their body, gas in their car, so on and so forth. They're not like me and probably like you, where we get up every day and we go into a place and we produce whatever performance parts, whatever you do. You know, you basically, you're working towards making somebody else rich, if you will. And you know, a lot of people would tell me like, oh man, you should do YouTube full-time. You got what it takes to go full-time and you can make that your business, be your own boss. Well, no, I still have a boss because I'm still working for someone, right? YouTube, you're always working for someone. You're always working for YouTube. Because keep in mind, it's a partner system and you get 55%, they take 45. So if you made $100 this week, you actually made 190 because $90 went into YouTube's pockets. They're the boss. They call the shots. They tell you what's copyright. They tell you what's allowed on the internet and on their site. And they govern everything. And at any given time, they can fire you, i.e. terminate your channel, without written reason. They can just smoke it because they're bored, or buddy got into a fight with his old lady, or buddy's old lady got into a fight with him and she's the one working at Google. Just saying. So, I think a lot of these bigger YouTubers like McJuggernuggets and that, they're all realizing that there's got to be a better way to make money. Now, luckily for some of them, they were smart and not stupid, and they invested their money into returns that are able to soak the current down in income on YouTube, you know. Because let's face it, I'll be honest with you guys and talk about YouTube money right now. Before the crash in March, or what? Yeah, when it happened. No, it was in February. Yeah, before the crash in February, when all hell broke loose, and YouTube basically lost $1 billion in ad rev because big companies like Walmart, Pepsi, Johnson & Johnson, GM Canada, or GM General Motors in general, before they all pulled out and took their money away, I was clearing about $350 to $400 US a month, which is not a lot of money compared to what a lot of other YouTubers make. But for me, that was $300 to $400 US, which turned out to be like 550 bucks Canadian almost. Well, 525 Canadian. That's a decent amount of coin to like put away for things or to use to buy things or whatever I did with it. You know, that's why I was buying a lot of video games for the guys. That's why we did the graphics card for DK, and we all pitched in and bought and paid for TV Tractor Head to get a new video card and a new computer case. And oh no, it wasn't the case. It was the video card, RAM, and some video games so he could come play with us. Ever since the crash, and even now, even though I'm vlogging every day, it's not increasing the numbers of earnings by much. It's like, going by what I'm... Literally, I want to say this month here, I'm probably going to clear $80 US from $400. That's a huge drop. But it doesn't matter for me because I have a real job that pays my bills and pays my trucks and my gas and my food and all that. So, not a big deal for me. But a lot of these big guys who this is their job and have been doing it for so long, they're the ones who are going to suffer from this and are suffering and are trying to find a way to friggin' fix this. But, you know, their only solution was, let's do less and try and get out there. Like, let's go to Hollywood and become an actor or something. That's, a lot of them are trying to do that. But the problem is YouTube versus Hollywood. Hollywood's pro. This is amateur league, boys. I hate to break it to you. This is the fucking amateur league. There's not many YouTubers that have been able to go to Hollywood and actually succeed and stick with it. There are a couple, don't get me wrong, like that old goof Fred there, that friggin' high-pitched squealing bastard. You know, he got on Nickelodeon and started producing a bunch of stuff, and he did pretty good for himself. You know, you got, I'm trying to think of other people, like Tobuscus was on the Annoying Orange show. The Annoying Orange is also another series that got pushed out to TV. You know, there's a couple things that get picked up by television, but a lot of them just don't. Because, like, I remember when Justine was a corpse on CSI, or so, like, one of those anyway. And apparently working with her, they didn't like it because she just couldn't be worked with. Like, she was, it was hard to get her to do her role, and all she had to do was lay there and be dead. So how fucking hard is that, right? And that's the problem that between Hollywood and YouTube. YouTube, broadcast yourself. Hollywood, you're acting for a producer who has an image in his head, or her head, of what they want out of this production, and it's your job to listen to them and do exactly what they fucking say. You know, as a YouTuber, for me, I could pick up the camera and say whatever I want. I could say poopy cock fart shits. That's in the video now. Whoop-de-doo, right? Can't do that in Hollywood. But I think the reason why a lot of people are quitting the YouTube, or not quitting, but taking time off of YouTube and focusing more on other things, is because, just like me, they feel it's not worth it. Like I said, I never did it for the money. The money was nice, you know. Getting $400 US at the end of the month for producing videos and taking all the fucking slack from the haters, just fucking being dicks, telling me how I gotta live my life and what I gotta do, and this is what you gotta do, and if you don't do this, you're a fucking idiot, and blah blah blah. At the end of the month, I got $400, so I felt like they were the idiot because they're the ones watching my video. Now it's like, you know, when I don't make videos, or I make a video once every Saturday, or I just upload whenever the fuck I feel like, I make about $60. Like I said, vlogging every day right now, the video views aren't that high, so it reminds me of when I was everyday vlogging back in the day. The video views were not that high, and a lot of people just didn't want to watch. And it's like, wow, you have 13,000 subscribers, but you can't even clear 1,000 views a video. But then I noticed when I was just doing a video every now and then, I was getting a lot more views. A lot more people were tuning in, and I was clearing like 1,500, 1,600 views a video. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think this uploading every day thing, this is the killer. People get bored of you unless you have a really good thing going, like how Jesse had the Psycho series. You know, if you have a story going and you can end off your video with a cliffhanger, they're going to be craving for the next day to jump in and watch that video and get at it. But I do understand why people are upset about this, and a lot of people have been turning to Twitch. You probably noticed that. You know, McJuggernuggets is on Twitch now. He's making way more money on Twitch than he was on YouTube, between donations and being not a subscriber, what's the word? A partner, I guess it is, or like I'm an affiliate on Twitch. I don't really make much money on there, but you know, whatever people tip me, that's about it. I don't have adverts or anything like that, so I don't really care, to be honest with you. I just wish Twitch would fix their shit and allow Canadians, because right now on Twitch you can go on there if you're in the USA and you can watch ads on Twitch and make bits. You get X amount of bits per ad, and then you can use those to tip your favorite Twitch viewers, or Twitchers, I don't know what the fuck we call ourselves, broadcasters if you will. Oh, and then you can tip them, and it's not money out of your pocket, it's just time you spent watching adverts to get a bunch of bits to throw in somebody's wallet, which is kind of cool, but they don't allow that in Canada yet, and it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of stuff we can't do in Canada that you guys can do in the US, like get a PayPal debit card so you can just use your PayPal to buy things at the corner store and whatever. You know, what else? Twitch bits, there's a bunch of shit. Like it's fucking Pandora. We can't use Pandora in Canada because it breaches the CRTC. Just fucked. So I have a feeling once August is done, I'm probably going to go back to the way I was, just filming whenever I feel like it, uploading whenever I care to, and going from there. Because in all honesty, vlogging every day is not a thing for me anymore. You know, I've done the YouTube thing. Meh. It's a thing. I could care less about it. You know, you just gotta find other things that make you happy, I guess. And, you know, I've done this for 6 years. I'm still gonna make videos, but it's just gonna be whenever I'm doing something that's film worthy, I'll film it. Maybe I'll come up with some skits or something. Maybe I'll do some skits. Maybe that's something I should try. Try actually producing something. That could be good. If I could think of anything. That's looking good. Well, can't see the vegetables, but that's looking good. So the whole reason behind covering the vegetables is basically to keep all the flavor in, right? In case you're wondering. Should work. Well, I'm basically done cooking. Let's head inside. Alright, are these trays all they crack up to be? Actually, that looks pretty fucking good. Cool, let's put some on the plate. And there we go, steak and vegetables. Let's go eat, nom nom time.